Okay, Cyrus, Hobby, and Abe still did not practice. I think Abe will be available for us. Because of not practicing, we wouldn't start him, but maybe he'll play in this game. Other than that, we're healthy, and adding Mark, to the group gives us some leadership in there as well. So we should play better than we did last week.
How do you expect them to come into this game? I mean, intimidated at all, or
no,
their
not at all.
mindset?
No, you don't. You don't have a staff like they do that have won so many games and so many 10-win seasons. And I think prior to last bowl, had won 7 bowl games in a row, including going into a Sugar Bowl and winning a Fiesta Bowl. And I mean, they've there's going to be no intimidation factor. And anytime that you play like we did last week and let a team hang around the way we did, that doesn't intimidate people. So they'll be ready to go. That's one of the things really that always happens at SC. For whatever reason, the SC game tends to be people's Super Bowl. And so they'll be fired up just like Minnesota was last week.
Do you think that the fact that it's their first game in the Pac-12 will add to the way they play, the way they approach it, or the way they may come out?
I think it will. This is, from the way people write and talk about the game, it's a really big game for them because all the smaller schools rooting for them, and now they get a chance to come into a major conference and do it every week. So I'm sure there's added motivation for them.
You had a goal with Robert and those interceptions in the record. Aside from winning, do you have a goal with Utah?
No, that was it wasn't necessarily a goal. Just thought that what Minnesota was going to do off of their film, that we'd be able to get a lot of balls to Robert. And obviously, he was very productive in what he did, and so our goal is to win. And at the end of the day, I'd like to be more balanced. That's always our goal here, is to be 50-50 and be able to do both things well in offense. And hopefully we can.
It seemed like the tempo was a little bit different this week compared to last here at practice. Do you think that's a result of the heat, or just kind of where the team's at mentally? How do you feel about how the tempo went?
Well, I thought it was really good, especially to push through on the Tuesday and Wednesdays, which were very hot. And that's how it has to be. We've got to get that back. I think we lost it at times last year, the competitiveness in practice, because of the fear of injuries and hitting, and took them out of pads more often. And so our Tuesday and Wednesdays were very physical again this week.
Is the preparation easier this week because you're, I guess, more familiar with their offense, with Norm and Tim?
Yeah, the preparation for our defense is a lot easier. It doesn't mean we're going to be successful. It's just easier because we know it better, and we're used to playing against it. So that doesn't mean we're going to be successful just because of that. But it is easier from a coach's standpoint, of not having as many unknowns. But then again, too, there's a school of thought that they've had all off season to practice different stuff and didn't feel they needed to show it in the opener.
What does Martin Coleman show you this week in practice?
He's done all right, kind of plugged away in there, and Martin's been somewhere, he's been here for 5 years now, really hasn't played, and hopefully if he gets a chance, he'll play well.